This is the Amos Madra Show.
Hello and welcome to the Amos Madra Show, where each week we'll be talking to people who have defied all odds, trailblazed the way, and given us hope.
As you focus on those things that you're grateful for, there's an amazing thing that happens where you get more. It's like a universal law. It's like, what are you focusing on? Are you focusing on the debts, the bills, the rent due, or are you focusing on making more money or business ideas, opportunities? And I think that when you prime your mind with gratitude, it just puts you in that position of you're on the vibration now of receiving from the universe, because you're focusing. Your mind is so powerful. What you focus on actually increases.
Mark Roberts is a photographer and videographer, and together with his family have an inspirational and conscientious family channel on YouTube. Thankfully True is the attitude of gratitude. It is the only way to truly be wealthy living on this planet. Inner peace is what brings increase, according to Mark. What an interesting statement. I mean, that says a lot there, doesn't it? Yeah. Gratitude is the only attitude that we need to have. So tell us a bit about what Thankfully True is, in your own words, and where the idea came from, and also what you plan to do with it.
Well, so basically, Thankfully True is like the attitude of gratitude, like you say. So it's the base. It's really simple. It's just about being thankful, being appreciative of the simple things in life, you know, just the basics. A lot of times we go through life, we don't even notice that the sun came up this morning. You know, we didn't notice that we woke up okay this morning. You know, we don't notice that we got clothes or we got food this morning. You know, it's just about being thankful for those things. And as you focus on those things that you're grateful for, there's an amazing thing that happens where you get more. It's like a universal law. It's like, what are you focusing on? Are you focusing on the debts, the bills, the rent due, or are you focusing on making more money or business ideas, opportunities? And I think that when you prime your mind with gratitude, it just puts you in that position of you're on the vibration now of receiving from the universe, because you're focusing. Your mind is so powerful. What you focus on actually increases. And that's what the basic, and it's introducing that into families and gratitude and being thankful. It's just it's been a very powerful tool for me over the years in my life, gratitude. So it's something that's always stuck with me.
Okay, that's and where did that come from? Was that something that was taught to you? How did you come about the attitude of gratitude?
Well, I mean, I've got a church background. Yes, I've been to church I went to church for about 15 years. So I understand about appreciating God, and the times where I felt the most energized, the most focused, the most at peace with myself is when I've been in gratitude, when I've, and it's not about what God you believe in. It's just the mentality and the focus. When I used to pray every morning and just give thanks. I had a big list of things that I had gratitude for, and that those things manifest, and it manifests in you in terms of your personality, in terms of how you feel about yourself as well. So I just think with in this time as well, with so much anxiety going around, the perfect antidote is gratitude. It just reduces it a little bit.
Definitely agree with that. It's, you and your family, you've had the finger on the pulse all throughout this whole pandemic, and also you've been ahead of the game. You've been ahead of everybody in terms of homeschooling your children. The things that you guys have been doing. You eat organically. You've got a great diet, very healthy family. What advice can you give to other families who are trying to adjust and also maybe change their lifestyles to something a bit more healthy and natural?
Well, yeah, I can obviously say, we have known for a while that the consumption of meat has been something that's been a problem on the planet for a long time. And it's no coincidence that COVID-19 has been related to, obviously it's not been confirmed. I'm not saying it is definitely, but there's lots of rumors about the fact that maybe it has come from the consumption of animals. So we've known this for a while, that meat consumption is bad for the planet, it's bad for your body. Now, that doesn't mean to say that I'm bashing everyone with a stick saying everyone has to be vegan now. I'm not really saying that. I've never been like that. I'm not a vegan snob, because I ate meat for a very long time, and there were times when I was healthy then as well. And, so it's not a case of bashing people over the head, no way. But there are simple things that you can do that can improve your health. And one is just like eating more vegetables, eating more fruit, try and consume your fruit as natural as possible. So reducing it to, the less processed, the better, basically. So when you look at, obviously tinned food, frozen food, it's not the greatest. I think the best form of nourishment is when you get it more as natural as possible. So, tips I would say is just try and eat more fruit, more vegetables. If you are eating meat, try not to eat it every day. I think the doctors have recommended 3 to 4 times a week anyway, even though most people eat it every day. So just things like that. And obviously,
and the carbon produced obviously from meat as well, from cows and so on, it's not healthy. So I mean, it's it's a bit funny how processed food is actually a lot cheaper and it's so easy to buy, it's so convenient. But then buying organic, natural food, especially fruit and veg, is very expensive. How can people get that balance right? And where's the best places to shop? What tips can you give? What does your family do? How do you get around that? Because it can be very expensive buying fruit and veg. Especially the organic ones.
Yeah, a lot of people say that, and I do understand that argument. I always found it interesting, though, that people used to focus on that because actually, your body is the most expensive piece of equipment you've got. And to invest in that is actually the best thing you could ever do, because your body is so powerful, and the vibrations, like we were talking before, that it lets out are so amazing that it's really worth investing in. We cheap out with food a little bit sometimes. So we cheap out a little bit, I think, with the food, and I think it's worth investing in. But and also it's not as expensive as you think, because basically a lot of processed foods, even though they're cheap, they leave you wanting more. So you end up buying more anyway, because it's food that lifts you up quickly, gives you a quick boost, and then sort of slows and then goes down, and then once it's gone down, which is quite quickly, you then want more food, which is why people overeat sometimes. But if you eat more sort of alkaline, more vegetables, more slow burning food, what will happen is that the slow will be more gradual. It'll take more time for it to fill you. You won't feel that instant gratification, but what it will last longer throughout the day. And and also drinking water is massively important. We are water. A lot of times we're hungry, but it's actually just water that we're craving. Our bodies are dry, so to eat water is massively important. To drink water is massively important. So those are two basic things. I say try and drink 2 liters of water every day, and just try and reduce the amount of tins and frozen food that you're eating. I think that is a massive improvement.
So what are the type of alkaline foods that you and your family eat?
Obviously there's acidic foods. There's foods that put acid in the body, and we need acid. It's very important, but then we need the alkaline to balance it out. A lot of very good alkaline foods are, actually it's a drink. Coconut water is really good. And cucumber and celery. When I was single, actually, before I was married, I just used to walk around eating cucumber and hummus. That used to be my meal, and people used to laugh at me. But it was really good. It made me feel so good. And that cucumber is a really alkaline vegetable, and it really has a good effect on your stomach and how you generally feel, because the stomach is so important. That balance of acid and alkaline, it's a thin line, and most of the time we're eating lots of chips, carbohydrates, and there's lots of acid burning in the stomach, and we get things like acid reflux and things like that. And even now sometimes the balance is off for me, so I have to always keep falling back on that and remembering those things that work.
Yeah.
Apple cider vinegar as well is good.
Okay.
But in terms of our normal diet, we eat a lot of lentils, we eat a lot of chickpeas, we eat whole grain rice, because the white rice tends to just turn to sugar in your body and the bread as well. It just turns into sugar once it's in your body, which is what I'm realizing now as well. So we tend to stick now totally to whole grain bread and rice if we have it at all. And we always have veg, obviously, with that, like broccoli. Kale is great. Kale is a great vegetable. Love it. Spring greens, cauliflower.
These are there's quite a lot there, isn't it? Yeah,
yeah,
sounds good. So now, obviously, because of people being in lockdown, not only just in this country but right across the world, you can see that the earth is finally getting to breathe. The environment is much cleaner, much fresher. Skies clear again, and all the mist and fog from all the CO2 that's created is starting to disappear. As lockdown is released, then obviously that's going to increase again.
Yes.
But because we're still in this situation, what do you think people can do in terms of recycling habits and maybe valuing the environment to change a bit more? Perhaps cycling to work, maybe driving to work. What would you like to see, and what advice would you give to somebody who's considering changing their commute to work?
Well, a big problem for a long time has been litter pollution as well. The amount of trash we throw on the earth and just leave it there. That's one big form. I'd say, we need to stop dropping litter. We need to take more care of where we live. We actually did this with our children. We do litter picking with our children, and we teach them about caring about their environment and caring about where they live. That's another big one. Sometimes I go on walks to the lake and I see people just throwing trash in the lake, and it's just like, why? Why? It's just not responsible, and we take for granted this beautiful planet we live on. we're taking it for granted. And maybe this is the earth saying, well, giving us a bit of a nudge and saying, well, hang on a minute, don't take me for granted, you know. So yeah, I think we could come up with more economical ways. I think they're developing they're trying to work on electric cars, although that's very expensive and out of reach of most people in their everyday lives. But I think things like maybe walking. Sometimes I don't get on public transport even to go places. I just walk. Or ride a bike, you know, and it's better for you as well. You know, that's another thing you can do to stay in shape, which is walk for 1 hour every day. You know, that can just do a massive difference, walking for 1 hour every day.
Definitely. In Manchester in particular, I think what they're doing is the local authorities making roads more cycle friendly, so they're expanding them. And then also they're doing trial periods where they're turning certain roads just as into cycle lanes and trying to restrict people from driving into the city. So, you know, maybe some of these schemes might become a bit more permanent and change things. Obviously, nobody likes change to start with because everybody's used to driving into. Yeah. But for the sake of the environment, maybe we all need to start changing our habits. A good point there from you as well. So what is your daily routine like? Because you guys seem to be so pumped and motivated all the time. When I look at your videos on YouTube, you guys are always up to adventures. There's always something going on in the Roberts household. So how do you guys stay motivated, and where does that energy come from?
Obviously, first and foremost, it comes from what we eat, you know, the food we eat and how that makes us feel. Obviously, not eating heavily processed or meat products, it means that our digestion's much quicker, and it means you've got more energy. And it, you know, you are what you eat, you know. So, you know, we tend to amplify that in the way we live. So, it's just about the kids give you energy, the children give you energy. You know, when you see their smiles and their energy and the way they go about things, that gives you energy too. It makes you want to, you know, do something, or, you know, that's my motivation at the moment. You know, it's they inspire me. But yeah, I mean, you know, and exercise as well, just walking, you know, like I was saying, being active, eating healthy, these things will all keep you energized. And being grateful. We start every morning with gratitude prayer. We have breakfast, and our kids love to eat, so so they're so cute. They actually say prayers before everything now. It's like before they brush their teeth. I was like, why are you praying now? You know? But they just like the idea of you know, giving thanks and stuff, which is great. It's really caught on them, and that's quite a new thing we've introduced, to be honest with you. But just that gratitude in the morning just sets them up to enjoy their day. Thank you for an amazing day. You're living as if you act as if how you want to feel, you know, and receive those things before they've come that you want to come. Yeah.
That's it. So what are the plans for the future?
So basically, in the immediate future, we have basically a TV. I'm okay to talk about it now, which is a relief, actually, because this has been going on for about a year, and it's been really, it's been really, really tough, because basically we're part of a nationwide TV show called Britain's Best Parents, and we were selected to do it, which was amazing. And it was, we were the first, you know, out of, I don't know, God, how many people. There's only 12 families that got in. So we got in. And so that's due to screen on the 28th of May. So that starts on the 28th of May. Our actual episode is on the 18th of June. So basically we're there as vegan parents. So we're showcasing everything I've been talking about as a parenting style. And that is something that we're really excited about. Yeah, it's basically, I don't want to spoil it for anyone. But yeah, we're basically, it's a nationwide debate. And it's going to be right after we do the NHS clap for the NHS, and it's going to be on Channel 4. And basically we're talking about different parenting styles. So there's lots of different types of parents. There's back to basics parents, there's pushy parents, there's all sorts, and there's things that we don't even know, because that's how TV works. It kind of keeps you concealed in your own little box until it's time to reveal everything. So yeah, so it's going to be really exciting. Yeah, so hopefully we get some good exposure from that. We're trying to grow our YouTube channel, which is Thankfully True, as we've already mentioned. And yeah, if anyone wants to hear more of what we're talking about, then obviously subscribe. We post videos weekly. We're going to probably increase that soon. But look into the future, I can see books, I can see parenting style videos in terms of courses, like online courses. Those are the things that I'm looking at as a broader vision of what I'm trying to do, trying to spread the message, trying to show people, not that we're the best parents, because we're not. It's not about that. It's just about us showcasing how we do things, that's all, and how we found success. And we have failures too. So it's about other people understanding that and maybe taking something from that or not taking something from that. But, either way, it gets the conversation going, and it's something that is important to everyone, because we're all affected either one way or the other by parenting, aren't we? So, parenting is a good topic. So yeah, there's the YouTube. We're trying to promote that, and we're, obviously telling people, because we'll obviously post more videos on that about our experiences on the show as well. So yeah. Wow, I'm looking forward to that one again. And again, could you just tell us that date again for when we can expect to see your family? So our show is actually on the 18th of June, but the show starts on the 28th. So it's good to watch it all the way through. Then you get a good understanding of the show and, and what it's about. But it's basically after the NHS clap. So it's on the Thursday. I just need to make sure that I've got that right, that day, because I'm not... We shouldn't just turn up on the 18th, but we should watch it from the 28th. 28th, yeah, the 28th is a good time to start, because then you'll understand it as well. And we'll be doing like reaction videos on our channel and stuff like that. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting time, exciting. You can also follow us on Facebook as well, and Instagram, the usual stuff as well. Just Thankfully True as one word. But yeah. You've answered my last question. How can people... So awesome. Facebook, awesome. Instagram, just search Thankfully True, and we should be able to find you there. Yes. Awesome. Wow, that brings us to the end of our interview. Thank you very much, Mark. No problem. Thanks, Amos. I just want to finish off by just saying, again, thank you for taking the time to come to and sit down, talk to us, explain to us how important the attitude of gratitude is, and also just by demonstrating, not just saying it, but taking action and showing us how it's done with your family. The way you guys eat very well, eat healthy, balanced life, diet and everything. You teach your children to recycle, to respect and love the environment. You lead by example.
great father, great husband. A lot of people can look and take lessons from you, Mark, and how you lead your family and how you've been a great example. So just want to say thank you very much for that, and thank you for taking the time to sit down and spend a bit of time with us.
Thank you, Amos. I really appreciate you. You're a great guy. Thank you so much.
I hope you can join me next time as we'll be talking to people who have defied all odds, trailblazed the way, and given us hope. Until then, take care.
Amos Madra. Amos Madra.